During the slaves' times, slaves weren't allowed to have an education unless, of course, it was Sunday school. Unfortunately, Sunday school wasn't a very substantial education, also due to the fact that it was a brainwashing technique. As Wes Turner puts it,
Be obedient and work hard. That's all Sunday school taught us. Wes Turner.
but one slave did defy the law. Unlike many slave owners who didn't believe slaves should be educated, she thought otherwise. By teaching them to read and write, she saved hundreds of lives. That slave was Lily Ann Granderson. Lily Ann Granderson was born into slavery. Her master, Colonel Smith, taught her how to read and write. Eventually sold to work in the cotton fields, she was forced to suffer the harsh life on the plantation. She complained to a friend.
"Oh, how I long to die! I thought I would die from such a cruel whipping upon my bared body."
As her health deteriorated, she asked to work in the kitchens and got a part-time job there. While working in the kitchens, she thought about making a school for the slaves. It was effortless finding a place to hold classes since she had easy access to the downtown area. Lily found a room in an alley and made it her classroom. When other slaves found out about it, they started going to her school. Sneaking out in the middle of the night, students would go to the classroom and learn how to read and write by candlelight. Lily would take about 17 students at a time, and, once literate and educated, would graduate them and take a new group of fresh students. Lily knew the risks of holding a school, as it was illegal for a slave to be educated in fear of an uprising, but she still kept it going. During a span of 7 years, Lily taught hundreds of students, but unknowingly to her, she did more than educate them, she saved their lives. Many of these 100 escaped slavery by forging their own papers and passes to freedom and escaped Canada. Unfortunately, trouble emerged as the police found out about her school. Lucky for her, it was found that the law forbade free people and African Americans to teach the slaves, but not slaves teaching slaves. Protected by the law, Lily set up her own real school. As the Civil War came into play, Lily was asked to join the American missionaries' staff of teachers to teach the freed people of the Civil War. Soon after, she became a deaconess in the local Baptist church. The last we have heard of her, she was still teaching at the age of 54 with 2 children. Lily Ann Granderson is best compared to modern-day Oprah Winfrey. Oprah opened a school in South Africa for girls. Like Oprah, Lily set up a school for the less fortunate and hopes for a better future. Although not well known, Lily made an extraordinary impact on many slaves' lives. Without an education, they might not have survived the world beyond slavery. Lily brought it upon them and thus helped them change their future. She is a figure worth remembering.